Alright, yet another video we are doing in post-production, but that's okay. It'll be good. What are we doing? We're doing the Shadow Priest. I know you guys love the Priest, and yes, so we will be doing Shadow, which is actually very easy and very fun. Music is way too loud, so we will turn that down. That was the problem with the disc video. Because I'm not raiding anymore, I stepped down to... I don't know, we'll discuss that at another point. But, yeah, I jacked my volume up since it doesn't interfere with Vent now. Or TeamSpeak, or what have you. So, let's see, add-ons we got on the screen. We got Voodoo, not that I'm healing at the moment, directly in the middle. We've got Bartender at the bottom, all those pretty little icons. Pitbull for the unit frames, and... in the upper left-hand corner that just checks the buffs on everybody. That is also a Voodoo thing. Directly in the middle above Voodoo is Tell Me When. I have it set to whenever Mind Blast is off of cooldown to put a big blurb in the middle of my screen. Devouring Plague is also set to only show up if it is off cooldown, not that it has one, and I have 3 Shadow Orbs, so there we go. And of course, let's see, what else do we get? That's about it, outside of Recount. SCADA, doesn't really matter. But yes, thoughts on the Shadow Priest? Love it. Love it, love it, love it. All works well together. What do we got? We got our Mind Blast, which generates your Shadow Orbs as your... what is it? The Shadow Word Pain has a 5% chance or something. It's very minuscule. Has a chance to proc... Mind Blast. And remove its cooldown and or finish its cooldown and all that other fun stuff. That's what that is in the middle of the screen right there. More Mind Blasts, more Devouring Plagues, more DPS. Very simple, very fun. So pretty much on mobs that will last a little bit, you want to put your Vampiric Touch on, your Shadow Word Pain, and Mind Flay, and Mind Flay, and Mind Flay until Mind Blast is off cooldown, or until you have 3. Lovely Shadow Orbs, and the new Devo Plague. But don't Devo Plague something that will die instantly, that's just a waste. Let's see. What else? Not too much. Mind Seer. I'm still playing with Mind Seer to figure out exactly how many mobs would be wonderful to use it on. There are some newbie Shadow Priests, and there's nothing wrong with being new to a class. Hence, I don't know exactly how many mobs to use Mind Seer on. But if you use your Mind Seer on the tank and not on the mob, the tank will most likely live through the encounter. I've noticed some Shadow Priests who target the mob and then the mob dies and then their Mind Seer falls off and it's just wasted DPS, wasted mana. Not that mana is really an issue, but yes, taking a quick look over the gear, half of it is my discipline gear or holy gear. My gear's a hot mess, but even with having a hot mess of gear, you can still do decent DPS. Keeping up with the Death Knight there. We're going a little back and forth. Of course you're attacking me because I Devo Plagued you before the tank had aggro. Fail, Shadow Priest. So pretty much if you can manage a few things, you can play the class. I will not say you will do world first DPS. For that, I recommend you to Preach Gaming. My website is not nearly as in-depth, nor have I done the research that he has. PreachGaming.com. Good guy. I actually use him for everything that I do. I just am not nearly as intensive in my guides as he is in his. I will get you in the dungeon and, you know, the basics. I make everything pretty much a 5-button rotation. Most things, anyway, can be condensed down to a 4 or 5 spell rotation, and you can do passably well. And that's what I'm doing with this right now. We're still topping the damage meter. The spells that I'm using currently: Mind Blast, Mind Flay, Vampiric Touch, Shadow Word Pain, Devo Plague, and occasionally Shadow Word Death, if I remember. But pretty much the one you want to keep on cooldown is Mind Blast, because you want those Shadow Orbs and Shadow Ravens if you are glyphed, because that will give you more Devouring Plagues. The Shadow Word Pain, as we touched on, has a small chance to remove the cooldown on your Mind Blast, which is always nice, which, again, means more DPS, which means more Devouring Plagues. The thing to note is, you gotta think of the time that the mob is going to stay alive, too. I mean, don't sit there and dot something up that is going to get assassinated by some psychotic melee DPS. Like this Death Knight. There is no point in me dotting low health mobs because he will rip it apart before they even tick, which is just a waste. Use your Mind Spike, Mind Blast it, Mind Flay it, do something that's not as dot related. And as a Shadow Priest, that's not too much, so makes it very simple. Now, if you want to get into more advanced stuff, you know, I mean, I have no problem doing advanced guides. It's not a big deal for me. I mean, healing yourself, using your Prayer Mending, using your Power Word Shield to get you in a better place. You know, let's see, what do we got? We got life gripping retards out of the way. Yeah, I said retards. There's no PC here, anyway. But, you know, there's always that one guy who's standing in something that he shouldn't be, or he's in the wrong spot, or he's just being an idiot. All that fun stuff. You can do it as a Shadow Priest. There's nothing that says you can't help out other people. Most of the times we all go in as DPS and we're like, I am going to solely focus on DPS and do nothing else, and too bad. Yeah, Sparkly Priest. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway. You know. And while that works, you can contribute to get through the dungeon faster, to get through the raid faster. You know, if somebody's sitting there with Arcane Resonance on them, or whatever it is, Arcane Explosion, what have you. That guy. We all know what I'm talking about. Mogoshan Vaults. On that third phase, and they're sitting in with the group and everybody else killing us all, and probably going to wipe us. Take a little step out, life grip him out of the way, and, you know, Power Word Shield yourself back. He may be completely stupid and come right back in, but it was a few seconds that the healers didn't have to do that. As you can see, the Prayer Mending's going around. I like to help out, because this class, on par once you're comfortable with it, is a very simple rotation. It's very basic. You can be laid back. You don't have to go, you know. Some of these classes you have to manage like 750,000 things if you want to play to perfection and world first DPS and stuff like that. This is a class not so much just to get through. I mean, the damage meter speaks for itself, and I'm not really doing anything. You see what I'm doing. So yeah. And then, yay, time for Mind Flay. Bum bum bum. Dot the mobs that will live a little longer. Thing to note, a Vampiric Touch does give you some mana back, I believe. Now I have to look that up. I do. I'll look it up after. I don't know. This is why I like to do it actually in-game and not after the fact, because then I can just open the spellbook. But yeah, do I like it? Of course, it's a super fun class. And you can heal people. And if the healer's, you know, retarded and he dies because he wasn't standing in something, you can dispel. You can pretty much save the day. You can be a hero. You know, if you want to be that hero. You know, you've got Prayer Mending, you've got your Flash of Light, you've got your other heals, you've got your Renews and all that fun stuff. Healer dies and you want to be that guy. You just want to pick it up and get through the dungeon and be a boss, be a baller. All that fun stuff. You can. Not too many classes can do that. You know, your Boomkins can, to a degree. Warlock, probably not. You know. But, yeah. I mean, tossing down that Healthstone thing, yeah, not nearly as effective as a Shadow Priest that just says, oh my god, that healer's retarded. I will heal now. And you can heal in Shadow, which is nice. And I love the fact that you can now jump off that. Woohoo! Alright, let's see, Strife and Anger, whatever their names are. There's always that guy in your dungeon. Maybe you're healing, maybe you're DPSing, maybe you're tanking. It only really aggravates the healer. There's always that guy that attacks everything, even when they're immune. And then, you know, there's damage going out everywhere and all that other fun stuff. Like, moving half a second and switching to the other target that actually can be hit, I don't know, would be a DPS increase, maybe? I don't know. they think immune must mean I'm doing psychotic DPS right now, and I just can't be asked to switch targets, so there we go. And here we go. Intensity on strike, 6, bum bum bum. What is it, 10 that he goes immune? Pretty sure. Yeah, like now. We're all attacking different targets. Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. DPS. Another thing of note, the Mindbender is a DPS increase. It is not just a lovely way to get back mana. It is, in fact, a DPS increase. So when you come to a boss, what is it, a minute, 2-minute cooldown, something like that? Try to keep it ready for a boss. It will up your damage. So remember that. What's my DPS right now? 32? So full of crap. Anywho. Yeah, it's only a minute cooldown. Please wait hardware diagnostics. Outstanding. We'll deal with that another day. Man, I need a new computer. But anyway, here we go. Top in the damage meter. Death Knight's catching up. Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. But yeah, I really wish there was more to this class for me to discuss. I mean, you've got your Dispersion, you've got Psychic Horror, you've got your Vampiric Embrace, Mass Dispel, Hymn of Hope, Mindseer, Leap of Faith, Void Tendrils. Yeah, that's going to be real effective, let me tell you. In some situations, perhaps, but, you know, then you've got your AoE Fear, which is always great, because there's always that one priest that's like, oh my god, something's on me, AoE Fear! And they all go flying and running all over the place and pull 10 more things when, you know, that's wonderful. You got your bubble. I use the bubble mostly to get from point A to point B, like that. Bum, bum, bum. You've got your renews per mending. You also have your silence if you want to help out the tank. Sometimes there's that ranged mob that they're not paying attention to, and you can just silence them real quick, no questions asked. And the tank will be like, dude, I am God's gift to tanking. Look at the way I just pulled all this together. And you're like, yeah, okay, good job. Only because I took care of that. But that's okay. That can be your little secret. Let the tank think he is God's gift to tanking, which I never tell anybody. Let's see, what else we got? Inner Fire, our buff, our spell power, your power word, fortitude, whatever that is, yeah. Bum, bum, bum. Levitate. Just dotting every... what am I doing in here? I'm not dotting. I'm mind steering. There we go. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. There we go. Cleaning up the trash. Overall, they're a solid class. I mean, obviously, this priest is not endgame priest. I'm not doing world first DPS. I'm not playing perfect, but you gotta have fun with the class and enjoy it before anything else matters, in my opinion. At the end of the day, this is a game. It is pixels. What you do in here, at the end of the day, unless your method, Blood Legion, isn't going to affect your real life a whole hell of a lot. In a positive way. I mean, yeah, you can zone out and do all that fun stuff, but, you know, it stays in the game. So, my opinion, if you're having fun with the class, you will play it better. I mean, I've seen people re-roll, I've re-rolled, and if you're re-rolling to a class that you just don't enjoy, it's no fun. Why do you want to sit there and, you know, do that crazy DPS and put all that time and effort while you're hating every second of it? You're like, oh my god, another Mutilate, I hate this rogue. Not that I hate rogues, but, you know, or, oh god, this dumb priest, should I Mind Blast, should I do this, oh, I don't even care, I can't be bothered. Find the class that you like, that you enjoy, and the rest will come naturally, because you'll be interested. You're like, oh fuck, what does Mind Blast do? And you'll read the tooltip. If everybody read tooltips, guides on YouTube would be useless, because the tooltips tell you exactly what is going on. And then, you know, there you go. Although I listen to YouTube for the guides and stuff, because I would rather put on headphones and listen to somebody who I trust to give me good advice. Because we all build that, you know, trust level with someone in particular on YouTube. They don't lie. They give you decent advice outside of the guys who are like, you know, they fill everything up with Mind Blast or Vampiric Touch, and they're like, oh, troll, this is all you do. And you're like, really? Thank you for wasting 10 minutes of my time. But yeah, you build that trust with certain people, and I would rather just put in the headphones, go do dishes, and have somebody explain it to me while I'm doing shit in real life. You know, I'm playing with my son. I've got one earphone in, and I'm listening to, you know, Preach, or if I want to do Warlock stuff, I'll check out Spark Nugs, the Method Warlock. Holy Jesus, you want to cry? I love my Warlock. He was my main in vanilla. I watch Spark Nugs, and I just want to cry. I do, because I will never, ever do DPS like that. Ever. And, yeah, he has taken the time, yeah, it's a he, yes it is, and effort into that class, and it shows. He enjoys what he does, is my assumption. You know, you can't do DPS, well, you could, I'm sure, but, you know, it's much easier to do DPS like that, and just, oh my god, like, damn. And you look at it, and you're like, wow, dude, I just did 40k. And then you watch his video, and he's like, dude, I just did 120k doing the exact same thing, scrub. I'm like, god damn it. Only off by 80k. There we go. I'll get there. But this is low-level stuff. We're in the 86s, 87s, 85 dungeons. Yeah, I don't even think the priest can get into the next tier of dungeons. Next level anyway, that 87 mark where you're like, thank God I get 2 more dungeons instead of just these 2. So here we go, final boss. I do end up cutting this one off short because I can only have 2 videos on my hard drive at any given time because I only have 100 gigabytes left, and each one of these lovely frapses takes up about 50 gigabytes per 20 minutes. I know, they're freaking ridiculous. Once they're all rendered and all that fun stuff, they shrink down to a much normal level, but we've solved that problem. Today, I went on to Newegg, and I checked Newegg and Tiger Direct and half a dozen other places, and we are getting another hard drive. Woohoo! We are getting a 1.5 terabyte hard drive, since YouTube videos are becoming a lot more fun to make, and you guys are enjoying them. So if you guys are enjoying them, and they are fun for me to make, and talk about, and rant and rave with you, then why the fuck not do it more often? You know what I'm saying? Anywho, so this will cut out very shortly. I will end my voice here. Priest, fun, do your Mind Blast, get your more Mind Blast, more Devo Plagues, and Devo Plagues hit like a frickin' truck. So anything you can do to get more Mind Blasts, or lower the cooldown of said Mind Blast, do it. More Devo Plagues, more face ripping off, it will be fun. Perhaps I will get back into some PvP once I'm done leveling all these ridiculous tunes and all that fun stuff. But, we are almost done. I won't be doing the What's the other one I have? I have Resto Druid already done, so I will do the commentary for that while this renders, and I will catch you guys later. Alright, hope you enjoyed it. Comment below, let me know what you like, what you don't like, what you want to see, and if I can do it, we'll get it done. Take care, guys.